What is up guys, JayFerGaming here, welcome back to my F1 2016 career mode. This is the Italian Grand Prix in Season 3. You see things are going pretty well for us overall. Our driver positions improved quite a lot compared to earlier on in the season. In terms of the standings, we're quite far off our teammate, but we had a decent race last time out in Spa, so do go check that one out and do subscribe if you haven't already. But looking forward to this one. We've got an upgrade coming, the car is improving, so hopefully that can give us better results.
Hi, how are you today? The improved package has arrived. We're having it fitted in time for FP1. Have a look at the factory report.
Very nice indeed. The car is progressing very well for us. Downforce has been improved there. So with a couple more upgrades, we could be really up there with the top teams. So you can see on the left, a few cars have made some upgrades this weekend. A couple from Ferrari for their home Grand Prix. They desperately needed there. One from Haas and Sauber to get themselves off the bottom, but it hasn't really helped. But yeah, in terms of the rivalry, we're actually winning for once, and it would be nice to actually win one. Maybe get an offer from a team, I don't know. But we've actually jumped up to 4th place in the vehicle performance comparison, so that's worked out very well indeed. Ferrari up to 2nd. I remember they were down in like 6th or 7th place, so yeah, it's looking good. We've jumped above Toro Rosso, Mercedes, man, and look at Mercedes. I just can't believe I'm seeing them all the way down there. But we can see that the Renault team is still OP, and yeah, Magnussen at the top. He's got a great shot at winning the title. So, in terms of recent form, we've been in the points the past 3 races, but no major points. Not since Azerbaijan, of all places. I can't believe I got a podium at Baku. But yeah, we could do with a big finish. And last season, we finished P8, losing 5 positions in the final corner. Bad memories. Upsets me to this day. And Season 1, we finished P3. So, we've got some form here. Let's see how qualifying goes.
Is about to start here at the Autodromo di Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. The teams are about to head out onto the track any minute now.
So you join us in qualifying here as we corner cut a little bit on the exit of Scari, but it's very close indeed in this session. We are P8, but it's a matter of tenths between like the top 10, and we're currently a couple of tenths up. So we've got a great shot at fighting the quick guys at the front of the field, and that's what I'll be hoping to describe us as well, as a quick guy fighting at the front. We're coming to the line, a great run through Parabolica. There's been a crash there between a Sauber and a Ferrari. I don't know what the hell happened there. We've ended up in P4. A very good session for us there. We've out-qualified Nico, which is obviously our main objective. Also Hamilton as well in terms of the rivalry, but it puts us in a fantastic position to be challenging at the front. So, let's get ready for the race. So this should be an exciting one. Usually a slipstream fest, so always a lot of action around Monza. In-game, I say, because in real life it's not the most exciting race in my opinion. But in terms of strategy, we have recommended a 3 and 4 stop. I don't think either of them are necessary. I think this is a 2 stop. Might have to use the medium compound tyres, but tyre wear around Monza isn't that high, so I think them strategies are pretty dramatic. And if the AI go for them, I will be very happy with that, because I think we can beat them. In P4, we can definitely get a podium and possibly be fighting for the victory, which would it would make a nice change, because we haven't been fighting for the podium in recent races. So, come on, let's get ready, psyched for the Italian Grand Prix. No threat of rain at all. Nice sunny day at Monza, 5 lights, and away we go. We've got a decent getaway. Vettel's got a shocking start, so we have to go round him, which really holds our momentum, and we just didn't progress through the gears very well. Our teammates got us, Raikkonen's got us. We've got a Red Bull up the inside. We're locking up very close to the back of Vettel. There's a bit of contact ahead. My teammate in the 2 Ferraris getting very close. We're forcing the Red Bull out. Hulkenberg's touched the gravel, so he hasn't got great momentum. I think Raikkonen gave Vettel a touch there. There's a yellow flag behind. We're going to go round the outside of Curva Grande to take Kimi Raikkonen here. I'm going to look to get Hulkenberg, and oh my god, the safety car is out. Everyone slowed up there. We were so lucky not to hit anyone, because Vettel, that could have been a dramatic incident. There was a bit of contact at turn 1 by the looks of things, and it was between the two Williams. I mean, this is Valtteri Bottas. He gets shoved out a little bit wide, and he gets a touch from behind, which turns him into the Red Bull there, and yes, he's pretty much at the back of the field. We'll see on board with his teammate Felipe Massa. Yeah, Valtteri just slows up a little bit because I think he touched the gravel. Yes, he did, and Massa just gives him a nudge. And bit of a half spin for Felipe, but that's a shocking start to the race. But if we go back to our incident, we should have had to let Hulkenberg back past there. You can see when I freeze frame it here, the safety car's out and we're behind Hulkenberg, so we've kind of gained a free position there. I did of course let Vettel back past as well, but at the end of lap 4 we're getting ready to resume the racing. The safety car's into the pits. Let's see what we can do into the turn 1, and actually Palmer and Vettel have gone into the pits as well, so the AI is sticking to their original strategy from the start of the race. Magnussen, where is your straight line speed? Because we're absolutely blasting past him. In terms of setup, I've just gone for the default setup because I wanted to make up for my lack of downforce, because we've got major straight line speed. Of course you know that by now with this car, so I want it to be quick, like through the middle sector, the Lesmo 1 and 2, so I compensated with not so much straight line speed, but we seem to still have a lot. So at the end of lap 5, as I predicted, Magnussen went into the pits, and quite a few other cars did as well, as we set the fastest lap of the race. So that does suggest to me cars might be going for a 3-stop. Not sure if they all will, as we totally miss our braking for turn 1. Oh, that was a bouncy ride. Yellow flag. Ricciardo's out the race. I've just seen flumes of smoke at the chicane, and the Tifosi will probably be going wild. He gets overtaken by the Mana, and yes, the engine is just blown up. Renault not having a great... well, the Works team around a great season. The Renault in the back of the Red Bull, not so much. So the championship winner from last season, Ricciardo's having a shocking season. As we come into the pits at the end of lap 7, I was thinking at this point I'm going to go probably soft. So the safety car has worked out well for us. It means we might not have to run the medium compound tyres. So looks like we're going to come out in P10 just ahead of Magnussen. So he didn't jump us, but he's gone onto the medium compound tyres. Ahead of us is Vettel and Julian Palmer, who've put on the super softs, which that definitely suggests a 3-stop. I think me and Magnussen might be going for a 2-stop. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it all pans out. And you can see in my mirror, Magnussen's closing in. He's got some pretty good straight line speed in that Renault, I've got to say. I mean, it was developed by myself in season 1 and 2, so I mean I could take all the credit for that, but I won't. But lap 9, we don't get the best run through our Ascari. Magnussen's closing in with slipstream. That Renault's pretty powerful, so it's definitely going to be a threat, and of course it's the best car in F1 at the moment in season 3, so really he's going to keep up with me, especially with the slipstream DRS. Even on the medium compound tyres, we bang wheels through Parabolica, but side by side, past the start-finish straighters, there's cars in the pits. I think Palmer and Vettel have gone in, so yeah, they're 3-stop, and we definitely have better straight line speed than Magnussen. It's just, with DRS and rich mix, he will be able to fight me at times, so we've still got to watch out for him, but I think we're going for similar strategies. So we come out the exit of Lesmo 2, and luckily for us, we're just on the back of Alonso, so with DRS we can hopefully overtake him, but that Honda power unit's pretty strong. It's been upgraded very well by McLaren. They are a bit of a threat in a straight line now. We go up the inside into Ascari. Difficult place to overtake, but we do it without too much bother, and luckily for us, Alonso does hold Magnussen up, so that works out very nicely indeed, and I'm just calling it 1-2 for the Haas team. They haven't scored a point since season 1. Gutierrez hasn't scored a point at all in this career, but they had a 1-2 for a few seconds, so well done to Haas. The upgrade is definitely paying off, so they do have a shot of getting a point here. It would be good to see. I do miss racing against Grosjean like we did in season 1, but Grosjean did pit, and now the gap to Magnussen is 2 seconds, which is key. It means he will not be getting DRS, and he won't be on the back of me. That's what happens around Monza. The slower car behind can keep up with the quicker car just by using DRS and the slipstream. It's so OP. But it does actually create exciting racing on this game, so it's not all bad, unlike Baku, which I hate. I really do hate Baku, and I'm going to keep on saying it every single season. So, lap 17, this is the lap I'm going to come into the pits. Magnussen actually goes to the undercut here. I'm not sure what compounder tyre he's going to be going on, but he could jump us. I think he got the gap down to about 1.5 seconds, so we're pushing very hard. And looking at the tyre wear, that suggests to me we can definitely go onto the soft compound tyres for this final stint. So we've avoided running the medium, so that safety car period did work out very well for us. We're going to be coming into the pits. Don't want to be speeding, but I was very cautious indeed here. Broke far too early. Could have lost like a second there, so we're coming in. I think it's going to be very close to Magnussen. Let's see what happens. So, do we maintain the lead? It's between myself and Magnussen. Where is he? He's coming down the start finish straight now and he's ahead of us, and so is Lewis Hamilton. That is not good for our race, so we're going to chuck it up the inside. We need to follow Magnussen through here. Hamilton doesn't really put up much of a fight there. I don't think he's actually racing us. I think he actually does have another pit stop to go for, but Magnussen's on the medium compound tyres, so that's going to give us an opportunity to fight here. So we're going to be quick in the next few laps. And then the second half of the stint, Magnussen should have the advantage. So, hey, this is going to be very interesting. And it looks like it's a two-horse race for the victory here. Kimi Räikkönen, who was in P3, has dropped off a little bit. And the three stoppers are quite far behind. Their strategy has not worked at all. So, Rich Mix, Hamilton goes into the pits, so he's not a threat behind me. And we're very far behind Kevin here. So, I don't know if we're going to be going for the overtake. But look at the overspeed here. We might go for the move into turn one, braking very late. Very late indeed. We've made slight contact with Magnussen. Actually, Hamilton hasn't pit, but we made slight contact there. I had to keep the car straight. I did a Rosberg and didn't turn in, but I did that so I didn't lock up and skip across the chicane. Oh, slight contact. Luckily, Magnussen didn't turn in a little bit more there, otherwise we probably have both been spun out. But yeah, Hamilton's behind us, just watching the whole thing. You can see on board, I just broke very late. Luckily, Magnussen's tyre touched my side pod and there wasn't anyone spinning. On board with Hamilton here, you can see what happens. Because I didn't turn in, so I wouldn't lock up. I was being a bit selfish there. I did kind of use Magnussen, but no damage, so we can continue. And the battle is on Magnussen. Magnussen is very strong in Sector 2 through the Lesmos, and which results in him getting a great run into Ascari. He gets the move done, but I'm just going to stay close and get him back on the start-finish straight. That seems like the sensible strategy. There's no point fighting through Parabolica, that kind of thing, but Hamilton now goes into the pits, so he's no longer a threat. We get DRS. We've just lapped a Toro Rosso there. I think Danny Kvyat's having an absolute brilliant Italian Grand Prix, and we take the lead. So this two-way battle, Renault versus Force India, myself versus the driver in my old car. Of course it is. It's just it makes things that much more personal. As Magnussen, once again, it's like exactly the same as the previous lap. Magnussen just goes to the move, gets it done up the inside. We're going to stick behind him, and we might as well just skip to the start-finish straight right now, because we know what it's going to be like. We get such a great run through Parabolica with these soft compound tyres, working very well indeed, and the upgrade has seriously helped this car. We could be fighting for victories more often now, so we easily get the move done on Magnussen. What we need to do is get Magnussen out the 1 second DRS window. That's when we might be able to pull away, because he just keeps fighting back in the second DRS zone. It's very frustrating. I'm just trying my best to get the best exit possible from Lesmo. This time, I actually do try and defend my position. Magnussen, he gets the move done pretty easily once again, but he's very slow there. We make slight contact. Didn't expect him to be so slow through Ascari, especially with the optimum line, but it means we're slightly further back on the start-finish straight, but with the straight line speed we have, all the tools at our disposal. Rich Mix, Slipstream, a very quick car, a fantastic driver, I must add. Only joking, but up the inside we go. Are we going to get P1 here? No dramas, no locking up. There we go, we are back into the lead. I could say this might continue for the next 6 laps, but we actually get Magnussen out of the 1 second window. We had a brilliant lap there. I don't know if Magnussen made a mistake. The gap is now up to 1.4 seconds, so that's worked very well indeed. So all we need to do is make sure he's more than a second behind us. Hulkenberg sets the fastest lap of the race. He's not having a great race at all, but we look at the gap here. It's 1.2 seconds, so we just need to keep it above a second, because we know how quick Magnussen is out of Lesmo 2. And as we go on to the final lap, what is the gap to the Renault driver? This is key for the rest of the race, and it's only 0.9 of a second. That means he's got DRS, and that means he probably will be close enough going up to Ascari. So as we come through the final lap, we are very low on fuel, so we've got to manage fuel as well. This is going to get very intense. We're coming through Lesmo 1. And we've bottled it through the Lesmos in the past 2 seasons and lost positions both times. Is it going to happen for the 3rd season in a row? It's not a great run. We can see Magnussen in the mirror. He's so close. We can't really go up to Rich Mix because we don't have the fuel. Magnussen goes to the overtake and he's easily got it done before Ascari. We're going to have to use the slipstream if possible. Going into Parabolica. We don't get a great run on the curb. We've lost momentum. We've gone too deep. Oh, devastation as the victory has slipped through our fingers. It's the same as last season. We lost the victory. Oh, I'm absolutely devastated. We have had a fantastic drive here. Great performance, but it looks like Kevin Magnussen, the championship leader in my car from season 2, is going to take the victory at the Italian Grand Prix. Only just from ourselves. It's P2. I'm happy to get the podium, but I know we've lost the victory. We were so close to getting 25 points on the board. The podium. Magnussen takes the applause there. It was a great drive from himself. It did prove that the 2-stop was definitely the strategy to be on. Myself in P2, Kimi Räikkönen makes up the podium and shows the improvement in the Ferrari. These could be the 3 teams fighting for victories from now on for the rest of the season. I bet on that. Ferrari, Renault and Force Indy. It's going to be a fantastic battle. There's the results. 7/10 was the gap at the end. Definitely a 2-stop. Julian Palmer, who was leading the race earlier on, ended up in P4, 10 seconds off the lead, so that did not work for him. Haryanto finished 5th, a great finish there. Some decent points from Manor and Hamilton out the points. And Hulkenberg, he had a shocking race and he had a penalty as well. I'm not sure what for, but he's ended up in P13. So in terms of the rivalry, but well, not really rivalry, the teammate battle, we've got a bit of a thumbs up compared to him. So in the driver's standings, Magnussen miles ahead now. I really can't see him being beaten. They have the best car. Magnussen is better than Palmer in this career. And yeah, wouldn't surprise me if he's going to be the champ. So we're solidly in P6. We are 22 points behind our teammates. So our main objective is to try and beat Nico this season. And finish in the top 5, that would be a pretty cool finish. We can see the cars who have not scored yet. Haas, unfortunately, didn't get any points in the Italian Grand Prix, so 99 points behind Renault. We extended our gap to Red Bull, so fighting for that P2 position in the Constructors. So, if you have enjoyed the video, please do leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time out. Goodbye.